Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Shorty SX and welcome to another exciting Ghosts video. So today I thought I'd give you a bit of a review on the game, more like my first impressions. And of course, me being a sniper, I will definitely angle this in a sniper direction, but it'll actually be a pretty thorough review. So, I've played the game for a full day now, and while this is, a hasty review, as in it's not like I've been playing this for ages and I know every single little thing, I do feel like I've played the game enough to actually give you guys some feedback and, let you know what I think in a hopefully unbiased way. Now, right off the bat, let me just say that, I am more of an Infinity Ward player, as in their games feel more natural to me, and I know that's not the case with everybody. Some people feel more comfortable with Black Ops games, but that's okay. So, having said that, I was actually expecting to like this game, but I wasn't, over thrilled about it because of, I don't know, all the marketing things we've heard, there'll be no Quickscoping and Ghosts and stuff like that. But I have to say, having picked up the game, there's actually almost nothing about it I don't like. As in, I'm very happy with it. I've had a ton of fun playing it. Sniping feels awesome to me. It just feels natural and awesome to me, but at the same time different. Anyway, I'm going to cover all of that in a sec, so let's start this off like a proper review and start with the thing that people care about the most, but I don't really care about. Anyway, it's okay. Graphics. The graphics of Call of Duty. Now, Call of Duty, of course, is not known for its graphics, and this is no exception. What makes it even worse is that I'm playing this on the PS3, and as you guys know, this gen consoles, are slightly out of date. To further prove this point, this game was clearly designed for the next-gen consoles. You guys have seen this from all the reveals, it's no secret whatsoever, but especially once you actually pick up the game and look at it, you will notice that graphically it actually looks worse than the last couple of Call of Duties. Don't get scared by this though, because all this really means is that they actually developed it for the next console. So once the next console comes out, it will look beautiful. And of course, if you're a designer or an editor or anything like that, you'll notice this because it's pretty clear that they kind of just went with the low resolution texture setting. But like I said, that's okay. The new consoles are around the corner, so especially if you're getting one or are playing on the PC, this shouldn't worry you at all. But I do have to say the graphics can be improved. It doesn't matter. The gameplay is the thing I care about the most, regardless of what game it is. So let's get on with that. Now, the first thing, like I said, snipers. They're awesome. I can't really put my finger on it as in what they feel like. For me, it feels like a mixture between Modern Warfare 3 and COD 4. And I know people said Black Ops 2 felt like COD 4 and Black Ops, but this is not really the case. I don't know. The cool thing is the snipers actually feel amazing. There's still that, fluid motion that kind of comes along with Infinity Ward games for me, where you can run around and the controls for snipers are not as rigid. You don't have all those restrictions on you have to stop for this amount and so on. You have a lot more freedom. Now, that being said, it's not easy to snipe by any means, and it's just like most other games, because guns here kill you really quickly. If someone turns on you with a submachine gun or an assault rifle or something, you're just as screwed as you were in Modern Warfare 3. You will die pretty quickly. But the cool thing is the snipers are also fast enough. You have things like quick draw to speed it up, and if your reflexes are fast enough, you can definitely stand a chance. You can definitely do a lot of damage with the snipers. They feel awesome. I also love the animations. The snipers themselves look awesome, and the sound, man, the USR, the bullet, I love it. It's beautiful. But enough about that. We'll be talking about the snipers in a lot of detail tomorrow, so let me just move on. So, another thing a lot of people care about, connection. Now, this is the beginning of the game, as in it just came out. This is usually the most chaotic time when you're dealing with a ton of, people trying to play at once, and tons of lag, and hosts, and everything messing up. This has not been the case with Ghosts at all. In fact, I've had a very lag-free experience so far. Of course, some of you guys know I'm currently living in Europe, so this could be slightly different from the States, but I have not had any connection problems whatsoever. I'm actually very, very happy with it, especially for something that just came out. On that note, the hit detection is also great. I have not noticed any problems. It feels perfectly on target. I've had little issues with some of the Black Ops games in the past, but so far, Ghosts feels absolutely awesome in terms of hit detection. I haven't had one of those shots where I'm just like, oh man, I should have hit, and it didn't. It was awesome. It's dead on target. With that in mind, something I do actually care a lot about, which was not in Black Ops 2, especially not in the beginning. The sound. The footsteps. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, sound whoring, blah, blah, blah. Let's just skip right past that and say the footsteps are a very essential part of any first-person shooter from the dawn of time. So, in that sense, I'm actually very happy that they're back. Some of you guys remember from Black Ops 2, footsteps were very soft, especially before they patched it, and you couldn't quite hear them, and there were even some surfaces where the person's sound will be completely muffled. And I'm not going to get into how that's unrealistic or anything, but let's just say that footsteps are back to the way they should be, or the way I think they should be. The cool thing is they've also added an environmental element more so than any previous Call of Duty, to the point where, it really matters what you're stepping on, you know, like the hardwood floors are different from concrete, which is different from water, which is different from a huge metal plate on top of other metal. As in, be careful what you're walking over because it will actually make a sound difference and it will alert your enemies to your presence. So that's awesome. I'm absolutely loving the sound. It's exactly as I would have loved to have it. Now the next part I'm going to talk about is custom classes and all the little improvements they've made there because, sure, it's in many ways, it's just the improvement of the pick 10 system, but I really, really like it. I like all the options. You know, you guys know I'm a perk maniac. I love perks. There's so many options when it comes to perks, especially when you put in the specialist package. You have endless possibilities. Right now, that's actually what I've been playing around with, you know, just picking up different perks and seeing what goes well and what should I get first and what am I putting into my specialist package. It works out beautifully. I really love the way they've done the perk system by, you know, letting you unlock them whenever you want, and it's beautiful. On that note, the Specialist package itself, you guys remember, I love Specialist in Modern Warfare 3. It was the thing I ran non-stop. I'm not really a big, you know, lethal kill streaks type of person. Specialist is back, and it's better than ever before. Like, I was thrilled to just hear it was going to be back, but the way they've improved it, it just makes perfect sense. I'm not going to go into the entire thing. In fact, I'll probably make an entire video on just how Specialist works and some tips on how to actually really use it to your advantage, but we'll get into that later. Okay, so moving on. The last thing I kind of want to cover with the improvements they've made is the new game modes, because, you know, instead of search and destroy, now we have search and rescue, and instead of capture the flag, we have blitz. Now that's actually pretty cool because both of those, search and destroy and capture the flag, have been, you know, very popular professional game modes for quite a while. So the fact that they've actually changed those around and actually made two game modes that are even more so for, you know, people willing to play in a clan or a team and, you know, compete as a team, they're awesome. Like, of course, there's something to be said about missing capture the flag and missing search and destroy, but I don't think this change is a bad thing. I'm definitely enjoying it, and search and rescue is a lot of fun. Well, okay, if your teammate knows to pick up your tags when you're dead. Otherwise, it's the most frustrating thing ever, but never mind. So, these are kind of like the main things I want to focus on in this little review. The last thing I'm just going to say is that I am definitely enjoying the maps. There's a lot of variety. They're very, I guess, different from the 3 lanes we were used to in the last Call of Duties, but I don't know, there's something about them that just feels right. Like, there's a nice variation. The only thing negative I have to say about the maps is there aren't too many of them. Like, for example, in the free-for-all playlist, there's only a couple of maps, and it's on rotation. So, unless you're planning to buy the DLC or something, it might get a little stale in a year's time. But, you know, what can you ask, especially with Activision's marketing scheme of, we'll put everything out on DLC, so you have to buy that too? Not much we can do. So what's the end verdict? Well, I've read a lot of reviews online on Ghosts, and a lot of them tend to be very negative. Now, this is a really weird one to review, if you ask me, just because, I don't know, Call of Duty has to be reviewed by a person who actually plays the game non-stop. And the second you play the game non-stop, you're going to have an opinion on it. Like, for example, I'm a sniper and I like Infinity Ward games. So, in that sense, I am biased when I say I really like Ghosts. Maybe if you're a, you know, faithful Black Ops fan, this won't be the game for you, and you won't feel as at home as I do, but that's just the case. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. As in, is the campaign great? I don't know. I haven't played the campaigns in the last bunch of Call of Duties, and I'm probably not going to, because that's just, you know, it doesn't capture my attention. As far as the multiplayer goes, though, it's exactly what I was looking forward to. Is it more of a step up than last year? For me, yes, it is. I definitely enjoy it. It's a lot of fun, and I have a good feeling for this game. I'm definitely going to be playing it quite a bit. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I will catch you tomorrow with another video comparing the USR and the L115, because, ooh, that's an interesting conversation. I think you guys know which one I'm going to go with, but nevertheless, let's discuss that tomorrow. Take it easy, guys. I'm Shorty. Peace.